Hey everyone, my name is Priscilla and welcome to Keto-365. Today we're going to start a new series called The Science of a Ketogenic Diet, Episode 1, Insulin and Fat Cells. And we hear this word insulin a lot when we hear keto. So what is insulin? Insulin is a hormone released by the pancreas that stabilizes glucose levels in the body. When food is consumed, it's broken down to be absorbed into the bloodstream. One of these components it's broken into is glucose or sugar. As glucose enters the bloodstream, it causes sugar levels to rise. Insulin is then secreted into the bloodstream. Insulin acts like a key to a locked door, allowing glucose to be delivered into the liver, muscles, and fat or adipose tissue. These actions lower the blood glucose sugar level in the blood. Almost all of our body's fat cells are developed by age 2. As we grow older, after that, as the body gains weight, the fat cells grow larger. So what makes a fat cell larger? Blood vessels nourish fat cells. The blood vessels also contain triglycerides, and these triglycerides do one of two things. They transport fatty acids that are burned for energy or are stored as fat. But how does the triglycerides get in and out of that fat cell? And that's what we're going to take a look at next. So triglycerides are a very large chain, as you can see. And excess carbohydrates are converted to triglycerides. As these triglycerides are transported into the fat cell, this is what makes the cell grow larger. However, since those triglycerides are so large, they must be broken down first, and this is where insulin is going to come into play. So we have our triglycerides, and they have to be broken down into glycerol and fatty acids by LPL, which is also known as lipoprotein lipase. And the LPL is activated by insulin. So without insulin, that triglyceride cannot be broken down first to get into the cell. So when the triglyceride is broken down, the fatty acids can then cross the barrier into the cell to store fat. We also have glucose that's transported into the cell by the GLUT4 transporter, and insulin activates this transporter, allowing the glucose to enter the cell. Next, we're going to take a look at how glucose is going to convert into glycerol. When it converts into the glycerol, it combines with the fatty acid and it remakes the triglyceride. So the triglyceride is broken down, enters the cell, and then is put back together to make a new triglyceride. And so after the triglycerides form, it is stored until it can be released, and this is the storage form of fat. As we've seen before, triglycerides cannot leave the cell as a whole. It will continue to stay stored until the fat is broken down. HSL, which is a hormone-sensitive lipase, breaks the triglyceride down into glycerol and fatty acids, and this allows the fat to be released, or it's also known as fatty acid metabolism. And this is where insulin is going to come into play again. Watch what happens. So, insulin plays a major role in this scene. After insulin has activated the processes for triglycerides to enter the cell and be stored as fat, it then deactivates the HSL, not allowing the stored fat to leave the cell. This stored fat causes the cell to grow larger, which causes the weight gain. So the insulin lets the triglyceride in and be stored as fat, but it also turns off the ability to let the fat out. So overall, insulin's not one or two, but three key factors in how fat cells process excess triglycerides. 1, activating the LPL, allowing the breakdown of the triglyceride. 2, allowing glucose to enter the fat cell. and 3, deactivating this hormone-sensitive lipase, keeping fat cells stored in the cell. Thank you for watching, and I hope you join us for episode 2. Have a great day, guys. Also, please, if you like this video, like and subscribe, because we've got lots in store coming to you.